Yo, what up, guys? So I'm gonna show off how to farm the catacombs, which is where you're pretty much gonna be spending all your time now to farm full epic gear, full legendary gear, and unique gear. It's pretty much where you're gonna be spending all the time endgame wise to just farm. So I'm gonna show the rotation, how to trigger the block, how to start off, how to like do a more faster pull. We have a little bit better gear, but to start off, it's right here. Elderwood's right here, and it's this massive entrance. Then we're going to see at the attributes. Again, we're full strength, and I'm putting in dex because I'm playing dagger offhand. Skills, it's the same. The life leech is the one that's important, and then the stun and the damage. This one, you also actually want Sonic on this one, because this is how we're going to trigger the block on the enemies. So I'm going to start showing off just how you start off when you don't have epic gear. Because then you don't really want to get hit too much, because you will die. And that's annoying. I'm also going to use my horse so you guys can see how it actually looks if you have the normal mount, not the flying mount. So we're going to start off and we're just going to run straight down. And I'm just going to grab 4 of them here in the start. This is actually also the first pull that you usually do. And this is when you're starting out. You just got a hold of your Berserker Sword that drops from these guys, or you bought it from a player on the auction house or in the Discord. But you're looking for this. As soon as you get this, that's when you can start AoE grinding. Before that, you're just going to use the bow that you got from the Fiends from the last video I did. And you're just going to single target farm. So this is how it starts looking when you have the sword and you can start AoE farming. And people have been asking me a lot, like, oh, how do you trigger the block? How do I grind these? What's the most efficient way? So I usually start grinding these 4. I actually got hit there. Did my unfortunate. It's fine. Then we can show. All right. So you see them all now. They're just, if I do an ability, that will, if I just go in for number 2, they will block it. And it's just not going to work. So what you're going to do is, as soon as I use my number 3, you will see how they all start blocking. See all these? All blocking. And then you do number 2. The Berserker Sword will one-shot these guys. And that's how you're going to do it. You use number 3 into number 2 to trigger the block, and then you just walk up to them. I'm going to keep showing more so you just can see. But after you do this 4, you go in here. I usually grab this guy and this guy. And then I go straight back up, and I grab these 4. Also, when you're starting out doing this and you don't have like mana on your gear, you're gonna run out of mana. So that's why I usually save those 2 character mobs right down there. But now I can also show you. You can see they're running, you're just running around. Gonna jump off, do number 3, they all block, you walk in, and 2, and they all die. And then, because I saved these 2, sometimes you're gonna run out of mana, so you might have to use like 2 and 1 if you don't have enough damage. But I think with Berserker you should be able to. But if you run out of mana, you just swap to your bow and you auto attack these 2, and you have all your mana back. And that's pretty much it. And when you're starting out, until you get the legendary sword, not plus 5, like just normal legendary sword that can drop again from these mobs right here, you pretty much just do these 4, then you kill these 2. I'm just gonna kill them now so I can show you guys. Oh, accidentally had dagger up. And then you want to start going down here to these 4 spiders. Spiders are very good because they drop sulfur, which is one of the most annoying items or mats to farm in the game. So you want to grab these 4 spiders right here. And we also have a tactic here, how to like fight them so you don't take too much damage. Then you run close to them and you want to trigger the poison attack. There we go. All poison attack. As soon as they're done, you go in for number 2 and number 1. You might not 2-shot the spiders with the Berserker shot, but you just do 2 into 1, because again, 2 has a chance to stun, and then 1 just life leech. If they have a little bit of HP left, just auto attack. That's all you need. And that's pretty much what you do for when you're starting out. Because without the legendary sword, the generals becomes very annoying because they stun. So I usually skip this room. You just walk here on the side. And then you grab these 3 spiders right here. And again, trigger the poison. I'm just doing it on the fly to show. Just you see the poison attack go off. And you just fall down. You do 2 and 1. And again, if it's a horse, it's the same. You just walk next to them, trigger the poison, and then go back 2 into 1. Here we're not fighting the warlord because he's also very annoying without having like some type of gear. He has 17,000 HP. It takes a while. Getting the spider and getting this spider. and then this guy. And that's pretty much the rotation that you're going to start out with when you're starting here, like when you just got your sword. And then well, I'm just going to show you as well. You go back here. This is where we came from. You go out here. And you just go straight through. You can farm this. Take that stone. You should know mobs. Because in here, there's only generals. And the warlord. There's one guy which is just, it's just not worth going for it. But then you go back here, which is where we started. That's where we entered. Let me go. Okay, we're back here. These are now going to be back also. I obviously have flew now and skipped some mobs, so it goes faster for me. But they're going to respawn any second. So that is how you start off normally. After you have like epic gear and the legendary sword, you can start doing a different rotation. The biggest thing you can do when you have epic gear is that you don't take that much damage, and you will be life leeching from these mobs. So now you can let them hit you. And you don't have to, you just save a little bit of time. I'm trying to get a big pull here so we can show exact, oh, there's a player here. That's why. Well, we can just do it like this then. So after you have the epic gear, you no longer have to trigger the block. Okay, you just grab them all. Again, with the horse. And then you run into them. You see the normal attack? As soon as you see the normal attack, just do number 1. Or number 2, like whichever one you one-shot with. Again, with Berserker Sword, you're probably not going to one-shot with number 1. Then you just do number 2. To one-shot them. But it's to save the time from the blocking. It's not a lot, but it is more effective, especially if you're spending like hours and hours down here. As soon as you get a hold of the Legendary Sword, the only thing you do, it's still the exact same rotation. You go around in this circle. You get all the spiders. I'm not going to do it now because it's just to show. But then I add these 3 right here. Because again, there's a spider there. Spiders are the most important things. You grab these 3. And again, with the legendary sword, you will one-shot everything in here now. You no longer need to do, with your number 2 ability, that is. You no longer need to do number 1. Number 1 is only used for leeching on the first mobs. Like the skeleton soldiers. Because they still get one-shot by number 1. And they give you all your HP back, pretty much. But yeah, so you add these 3. I'm also going to show how it looks when we're fighting the generals. Just going to fly over. Again, this is the Air Warlord. This is the 3 spiders. And now we're back to this big room. This big room, now that we have the legendary sword, we add into the rotation. So we grab all the skeleton generals. I'm actually going to do it on my horse so we can see. We add in all of these guys. They also have a chance to drop more legendary swords and berserker swords, where you now can sell. Yeah, you have these guys. You just go around. You make them go off the mount. And then auto attack. And then going for number 2. No longer needing to proc blocks or anything. You just walk in. Wait at like split seconds so you see that they're in like the animation to attack you. And that's it. That is the entire rotation you do around here. Now we're back where we started. That's it. Remember, when you don't have epic armor, you want to proc the block so you don't have to take hits. As soon as you get the epic armor, you don't only need to proc the block, so just save time. Obviously, if you still want to proc the block because you're still taking too much damage, you can do that. But as soon as you, like the second you get the legendary sword, you start one-shotting everything. You can literally do whatever you want. Even if you get a faster mount later, in this room right here, you could add in this rotation right here where it has 1 spider, 1 general, another spider, and another general, and a spider. Because you're doing it so fast now because you also have a faster mount. So once again, you just get everybody in, and boom. 1 guy decided to block. Unfortunate. But yeah. That is pretty much all I've been doing. And we're 55 now. We have a full set of luck tools. We have luck helmets. I think we have luck gloves. Yeah, luck gloves as well. Boots, sorry, not gloves. I'm about to save up for the unique great sword. And this is the only thing we've been doing. It's just farming here. It's just the best. And this is the way to do it the fastest way. So yeah, appreciate all the support in the last video. We'll see how many more videos to do. There are a lot of videos I want to do, but I kind of noticed that people are kind of quitting the game right now. I know there's a lot of issues with dupes and stuff, and it's making a lot of people quit. Me, myself, I'm just waiting for ranked arena queue to start working. If you have any questions, you can just go to the Twitch and ask, or in the comments. I've replied to pretty much any real questions in there. But yeah, appreciate all the support, boys. And if I make another video, I'll catch you in the next video.